Welcome to BRC TV. This week racing heads up the range to Toowoomba for the annual Wheatwood meeting. But here in Brisbane, it's all about Mekka Raceday on Sunday. We caught up with the Brisbane Racing Club's General Manager of Sales, Jason Leung, to tell us why it's not only just a great social day, but also a valuable tool for the club to attract racegoers of the future. Jason, tell us what Mekka Raceday means to the Brisbane Race Club.
Look, Mecca is obviously a major event for the social and music calendar of Brisbane, so I think it's an important investment by the club as well to work with promoters and create this event. And I think that this year is going to be a great one as the numbers show us right now.
Logistically, this one's been difficult in that it had to be moved, so it's a great thing that it has been saved and put to a Sunday this year.
Yes, it was obviously a bit of a shock, but it's as everybody's had to deal with going into COVID, was to always be prepared for change. When the news came through, obviously there was a bit of a 48-hour time frame where we had to make a shift. We're just lucky that obviously the racing calendar also worked with us, and I think that it's come across as a great opportunity on a Sunday to have a huge event like Mecca come to town.
Mecca is known as the race day for the younger crowd, but it's more than just a social occasion.
Absolutely. Look, I think for the club, that's the investment that they've made in this event. It's an opportunity to also engage the next generation. Mecca is a sellout. It's really just now about managing the venue with obviously the COVID restrictions that are in place, but it is most definitely gone for this year.
We've seen a couple of big events aside from racing last Friday at Eagle Farm. Tell us about that race day.
We had the well-groomed race day. It was for transitional thoroughbreds. It was our first twilight meet of spring, so it was a great way to kick off the carnival as such. And it was really great to engage the horse racing industry and all those that are supporting what we believe is very important to our overall racing industry.
And what did we have at Doomben on Wednesday?
We had also the ADSS charity function where they worked on making sure that their workers are supported, and being able to have over 600 guests on track enjoying the frivolity of that as well as also racing. I think it was a great way to create an environment for them.
Mekka Raceday kicks off spring racing season here in Brisbane. We know that down south there's great racing, but Brisbane has embraced the spring racing carnival theme as well.
The engagement for spring carnival has been overwhelming, and I think that obviously with the conditions of Australia in general, that has actually pushed a lot of our corporate partners and people that were always thinking about possibly going to the spring carnival down south. They've actually stayed home and stayed true. And the demand has been quite strong already. So obviously our team's working hard to fulfil all the requests, but it's a great opportunity to enjoy spring in Brisbane.
Well, the format of Stradbroke season continues to shine, with Sierra Sue winning a Group 1 in Melbourne last Saturday, and the Tab Doomben 10,000 winner Eduardo claiming the scalp of Nature Strip first up in Sydney. This week it's Golden Rose Day. And though she wasn't a part of Stradbroke season, the little filly Startantes has really shone in the early part of the new season, and Connections are having a throw at the stumps in the Group 1 on Saturday. Rob Heathcote, we're here with Startantes, and you've decided to roll the dice and take on the big boys in the Golden Rose this weekend.
Yeah, we have, Nathan. One of the owners, Matty, he threw up the idea and said, hey guys, we were thinking of going down for the Golden Pendant, because there's not really a lot of suitable options here at the minute, particularly now she's won 5 from 8. And Matty said, well, we've won 225,000. She owes us nothing. Why don't we give her a crack at the Golden Rose? I mean, 1400, Rose Hill, she was strong over 1350, but I think, Nathan, the key was the way Alpine Edge ran in the Guineas Prelude last week. Damned unlucky not to get room and win, and she beat him.
She's just been a revelation, this preparation. She beat Alpine Edge that day, as you said, but then she was lumped with 57 last time. It made no difference. And she's only tiny, but she carried the weight and was even better, probably.
She's only tiny, and I think it's fair to say I've probably underestimated her a bit all the way through. She keeps getting the job done. She gets back and she comes with a powerful finish, and her last win was emphatic. I mean, she's won by 3 lengths, and the day she raced and beat Alpine Edge, I think she ran the fastest 400 of the entire race program. So certainly plenty of merit to her. She's only small, but she's got a big heart.
Startantes trying to weave a passage. Alpine Edge is winding up. He went by Prince of Boom. He left him in his wake. Glorious Ruby, the leader, not for long. Alpine Edge raced up, hit the front. Startantes comes quickly now. Startantes, charge late. I think beat Alpine Edge in the last stride.
There's a few options after Saturday if she runs well as well, isn't there?
There are, and that's why, you know, you don't get too many opportunities to run in Group 1s against your own age. So we'll take the opportunity and throw in another factor. I've got Melanie already down there with Rothfire, and John Thompson looks after us there. So yeah, we'll take the roll of the dice.
The Toowoomba Wheatwood is one of the most famous races on the Queensland calendar, and we wish the club up there at Toowoomba all the best for a big day on Saturday. The early favourite for the Wheatwood is the Fred Best Classic winner, the Eagle Farm trained Apache Chase. Des, we're here with Apache Chase, and everyone's looking forward to seeing him again on Saturday when he resumes in the Wheatwood.
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. Getting back to the races, he's had a nice little break, and yeah, he's come back really well.
How would you assess him now versus what we saw in the winter, which was pretty good?
Yeah, he was pretty super in the winter, and probably didn't expect him, probably expect him to come back a bit better, but he'd had a long campaign going into the winter, and as I said, Matty and O'Connell and Jimmy's been on him plenty, and they think he's come back a lot better horse, and he seems to have improved. He's really matured now, and probably he was going really keen and really hard in his races, but now he was really relaxed in his trial the other day, and he's very relaxed at home on the track as well.
It's a tough 1,200 metres up there at Toowoomba, as we know. So first up into that race, can he win the race first up?
Oh, look, I think he will. Like I said, he's going to improve after he has the run, but he's as forward as I can have him without giving him another trial. Like I said, his trial was very good, and he's doing everything good. Like I said, his 1,200 metre record's not that well first up, but as I said, going to Toowoomba, it's probably like 1,300 around up the hill and around there. He's going to get in good on the weights, so yeah, no, it looks like a nice starting stone for him. As I said, where he's aimed to go to, we're hoping that he should be able to go there and be very competitive.
So that October date for the Golden Eagles, where he's ultimately headed this preparation?
Yeah, exactly. He has 2 runs in Brisbane, goes to the Weetwood, and he runs in a 1,400 metre listed race here at Eagle Farm, and then all goes to plan. He'll go down and run in the Eagle at the end of October.
Must be nice to have a good horse like this back.
Yeah, no, it's good. I said he's come back super, which is really good, and hopefully it all works out good and we can get into Sydney, and as I said, he'll be very competitive, and the form stood up around him really well.
Bart joins us now. You're knocking up tipping winners in recent weeks. Another couple there last week. It took me to get the last one beaten.
Yeah, you did a good job there. You got it well beat.
Yeah, it was very ordinary. Great weekend of racing. Obviously in the south there's the Group 1s in both Melbourne and Sydney. Mecca Raceday here on Sunday is always an annual highlight.
And it looks like it's going to be great weather for it, so I think there'll be a big crowd here.
There certainly will. And then Toowoomba, it's one of the great meetings on the Queensland calendar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the locals covet winning the Weetwood and the Cup. Understandably, that's the race they really want to win. But it's a tricky track. I think training there and racing there is an advantage.
All right. So having said that, where are we going to be tipping?
I'm tipping 2. We've never actually seen the track. I think race 2, Deep Seaver, is ready to go to the 16.25. It is, not the traditional mile. 2 runs at 13.50 have both been good. No weight on her back. That's what I find pretty attractive.
And she gets into a good spot there, doesn't she?
Make her own luck.
There's a shorty up there in Lyrical Girl. You going with her?
I am. I think most times you're thinking $1.75. That's too short. I think that's a realistic price. She's got the good draw. She's got terrific gate speed. And I thought her first up run was very good behind the stablemate. The Move, they ran very fast time. A sizzling final 600 metres. She was entitled to knock up. She did a lot of work in the first couple of 100 metres, and she looks foolproof from the one gate, but she'll just spear out and lead.
Yeah, and Tony Gollan said she was always going to take improvement from that run.
And nice to have 4 weeks between that run. It was a hard run, even though it was only 1,000 metres. It was a hard run, so pleased that she's had that little gap to recharge.
The Wheatwood's a tough race every year. Which way are you going?
Look, I think Soxagon, his effort first up was sound. I thought he might have done a little bit more the last 100 metres, but it was his first run since January. He's got 59.5 kilos, but he's got a handy draw. He's got a great jockey, Brad Stewart. He'll give him a good run. He had 1 run on the track. He won by 10 lengths. He won his maiden there. It's a couple of years ago now, but he does all his training there. I think that's an advantage for him, which he'll need to offset the big weight.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.